Welcome back to another episode of the Perfect 10 podcast. I'm one half of your host. I am Dan Dees. Alongside me, as always, Jacob Erdy. And today, special guest from Big League Takes. We got Dustin Mitchell. Dustin Michelle.
Whatever.
Yeah, it sounds out roughly the same. Today, the reason we have Mr. Big League Take himself on here, we are doing the top 10 moments in baseball history.
Yes. And my list, I just went with moments I was alive for because I don't care about the moments I wasn't alive for. Why should I care? I wasn't alive to enjoy that.
So I'm pretty hypocritical, I guess, through my list of where I like kind of trash on romanticizing baseball, but also in my list romanticize like the history of baseball.
Yeah.
Just kind of is what it is, you know?
Yeah. So today we are brought to you by the Kelly Gibson Foundation. The Kelly Gibson Foundation is a community-driven nonprofit organization that focuses on supporting first responders, military initiatives, and children's athletic programming through golf in the greater New Orleans area and Gulf Coast region. If you're running in the Crescent City Classic on Saturday, April 16th, why not run for charity? Participants that run for charity receive unique perks, including a special edition Crescent City Classic t-shirt and bib, prime starting location behind seated runners, and access to not just any restroom, air-conditioned restrooms.
You gotta want that.
You want that ventilation. You want that AC on you. You don't want none of that dehydrated pee aroma. So, yeah, go to kellygibsonfoundation.org to register as a charity runner. Official charity runners get a personal online fundraising page, and all the money raised will be donated directly to the selected charity partners. That is kellygibsonfoundation.org.
There you go, .org.
Org, not com,
There
org.
you go. Keep that in mind.
So, yeah, top 10 baseball moments.
Yeah.
All right. So,
I guess we're going to wait. How do we normally do? I guess you, then Dustin, then me?
no, since it's Thursday, you, Dustin, then me.
Oh, we're going counterclockwise?
Yeah, because
that's right.
But before I do, got a trivia question.
Okay.
Ricky Henderson, the GOAT of stealing bases. All right.
Yeah.
How many decades does he have a stolen base in?
I'm going to say 4.
Say 4. Dustin?
Yeah, I was going to go with 4.
That is the correct answer.
Okay.
The 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s.
Yeah, it's probably,
he has a stolen base.
It's probably like 79 to 2001 or something like that.
79 to 2003. Yeah.
Okay.
That 79 gets it.
Yeah, that's like Tim Duncan won a title in 3 decades.
Yep. The 90s, the 2000s, and the 2010s. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and get our honorables, dishonorables out.
Oh, wait, dude, I'm going to start with my honorable because just a minute ago when you chugged that beer, when you came into the studio, it immediately made me think, speaking of, you got a Toronto hat on. Who does that make you think of chugging beers? Blue Jays. Think 2014, 2016.
Yeah, I listened to that. I drank 1 beer. I drank 10 beers.
2 beers.
Josh Donaldson.
Yes, that's it.
Awesome.
That's in my honorable mention because it's just, to me, all sport is about entertainment.
Yeah.
In general, and you rarely see in any sport other than wrestling, obviously, like a player cut a promo like that. And
right.
You know what I'm saying?
You never see that.
Just living in the moment. You know what I'm saying? No cares at all. I got when Bo Jackson ran up the wall, just because everybody makes a big deal about that because he's a physical specimen.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
Okay.
I got a hot take. I got a very hot take coming for that one.
Okay, and very different than those two. In my honorable mention, I got Cy Young's 512 wins.
Okay, I wasn't alive for that, so I don't care.
Just because, you don't really think about 500. You think of 512 clearly a lot, but it's literally impossible for anybody to ever catch.
You say that.
You would have to win 20. You'd have to have 25 wins per season for 20 seasons straight.
Okay, maybe it's not attainable.
Not even. It'll never be.
now when you put math to it, I guess it ain't happening.
No, well, because also, so you'd have to do that, and then also have 12 more wins somewhere else. In your 21st season. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And that would be like pitchers these days have like, if you have 16 wins, that's a banging season. Like, because people they don't pitch complete games. They hardly make it long enough to qualify, all that stuff. So like, there's just 25 wins per season for 20 years straight, and then 12 more wins is an insane number.
That is insane. So that's your.
It's not happening.
Yeah, not even close. That is all my honorables.
All right, I got 2 honorables and 1 dishonorable.
I got some dishonorables.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah, I got 2.
All right. Well, I got 1. All right, my honorable mention. I got racism is canceled. We changed the Cleveland Indians to the Cleveland Guardians.
Oh,
that's a big moment.
I thought you were talking farther back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, Jackie Robinson. I said I was alive for these moments.
Okay, fair.
I was not alive for Jackie Robinson.
The Guardians. What about the Braves? What about their mascot?
I mean, they're in the crosshairs.
What about What about there's a couple more in there. I can't think of them right off the top of my head, but they're in there.
All right. Another honorable mention. I got the inception of the Savannah Bananas.
Hell yeah, dude.
The Savannah Bananas GOAT minor league team.
You looked into that more?
Dude, I follow them on TikTok. They made me download TikTok. That's all I watch is their videos, and they're phenomenal.
Are they the ones where that dude was acting like he was teeing off and he smoked that dude in the shin? Or is that a different one?
I think that's a different one.
Okay, that
like
one's
these
hilarious,
dudes like play baseball in kilts. This one dude was singing along with "When I Hunt You Like This."
Celine Dion.
Yeah,
like
Celine Dion.
Yeah, singing along with
Dude, that
Celine
was
Dion.
too quick, bro. That's suspect.
That was way too quick. Like he was like he ripped his jersey off.
3 words, right?
Yeah, it's all coming back to me now by Celine Dion. That's what he was singing.
Yeah.
Like he rips off his shirt and just ices a dude.
Honestly, also one of the best River songs of all time. Really gets the people going.
Always. That's a great song. That's a great track. I'm not gonna no cap.
This is what it is,
All right, so those are my honorable. What's your dishonorable?
My dishonorable, I couldn't remember what is it. Buckner, the ball that rolled through his legs at first base.
Yeah, Buckner.
We're not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk about it.
Oh yeah. Well, I got that as dishonorable just because, like, and also while my other dishonorable, I hate having any negative attention brought to the game. The homie in left field, I think it was with the Cubs game, the guy that interfered.
Hartman.
Yeah, that dude had like legitimate death threats and stuff. Like he's going into
a
whole.
We're gonna get to that one. Calm down.
Okay.
All right, awesome.
Like, it's disgraceful that the guy's got to go into a hole the rest of his life because of his
sports fans are nuts.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, all right, my dishonorable mention. I got curses being reversed. Well, for one, I don't believe
curses, dude.
No, I don't believe in curses. They just overcame bad ownership, bad management. Yeah, that's a reason to celebrate. But don't blame your curse on Babe Ruth. Don't blame your curse on a Billy Goat. This is more directed toward Cubs fans than it is Red Sox fans. I could see where, because you could directly.
Yeah, the Cubs curse is trash. It's stupid.
That's the
y'all suck. I mean,
it's a Billy Goat's curse. I can see where the Red Sox fans are coming from because they sold Babe Ruth to fun to play, and that's like a long laundry list of bad ownership moves. So they didn't overcome a curse; they just came over bad ownership after like over a century.
Yeah,
so that's why I got this.
And then they got on a heater. So I mean,
one of the greatest
curse is reversed.
Yeah. All right, so that's my honorable, dishonorable.
You got any honorable, dishonorable over there?
Yes, I got 2 honorable and I got 3 dishonorable.
Okay,
let's hear it.
Interesting.
First honorable, George Bush, President George Bush, throwing out the first pitch, 2001 World Series after 9/11.
Hell yeah,
that was a great moment. Also, September 23rd, 1982. Not a lot of people know that date, but that is a great moment in baseball history because that is my birthday. So.
I will take that kind of.
I mean, all right.
I love that kind of narcissism. That's what I live for.
That'll play. I mean, no doubt that's a moment in your baseball history because otherwise you wouldn't even know.
That's why Labor Day is my favorite holiday. That's my birthday.
There you go. Dishonorable. I got the 2022 lockout. Obviously, dishonorable. The 1994 player strike. And then also Rob Manfred being elected baseball president. dishonorable.
Oh, that's a
mention.
great one.
Yeah, I mean, and that one will live on. He is very well known as one of the worst commissioners.
Yeah, he's worse than Goodell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goodell did not
It's
call the
close.
lockout.
It's a tight race. Huh?
It's
Yeah, he
close.
did. Yeah, there was a lockout.
Yeah, it didn't last until the regular season,
Yeah,
though.
fair. And also, I had a brain fart. I was thinking of the NBA lockout, dude. That's on me.
Yeah, that's not. That's David.
Anyway, all right. So,
Let's dive in. Jake, you first, and Dustin, then myself.
all right. So my number 10. This is where I'm starting off in AAA. I could have swore it was a major league game, but after further investigation, it was a player. He was a pro, but he was down in AAA at the time. May 27th, 1991, Rodney McKay runs through a plywood outfield wall, chasing after a fly ball that he initially caught.
Hey,
But I think I'm pretty positive the wall caused him to drop it, so they caught it. It was down.
he dropped it.
But running through that plywood wall is like so. Like as soon as we said we were doing this list, I'm also going to go ahead and preface my list now that we're getting into it. And it's pretty obvious. I kind of take sport at face value for what it's worth. Like sport is entertainment. That's all it
We
matters
know.
for, you know?
Me and you're on the same wavelength when it comes to
So
entertainment.
don't get me wrong. I love sport in general. It's great for like building character and whatnot. But as far as like professional sport, its only value is entertainment. So
Yeah,
a lot of my picks are based around their entertainment value. Their staying presence.
I
Like,
watch college for the sport. I watch pro for the entertainment.
okay, that's fair. So like as soon as we said we're doing this list, I just sat down and tried to think of like all the things I remember happening throughout all the baseball I've watched.
Yeah.
And the guy running through the plywood wall is something I've seen a million times in blooper reels and just, in general, like it is a baseball, like not a cornerstone, like it's not what it's based around, but like everybody on earth knows that video,
Yeah,
So that's my number 10 spot. My number 9. It really should be a dishonorable mention for what it was at the time, but I gave it a spot in the list because what it brought on. A lot of people will not enjoy what came from it, but I remember watching this game, Detroit Tigers pitcher in 2010. Armando Galarraga loses his perfect game on the last out of the game because the umpire missed the out call at first. So he pitched a one hit that it's such a disgrace, and it was such an obvious out. It wasn't even that close, but they didn't have the rules in place to allow for replay at the time. So the very next guy he got out. He would have had in a perfect game. There's only been 26 throughout the history of baseball or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's been around for over 100 years.
All right. Finish that.
Oh wait, I forget. Wait, where were they playing? The White Sox at the time?
I don't remember. I really don't.
I can't remember. But
I have a proposal for not just baseball, sports in general.
Outlaw all replay?
No. Hell no. I love replay. All right. But my proposal is this. All right. I'm on the wagon that there should be a rule where athletes can fight one fan per season.
Okay.
Hold on. Here's
All
the
right.
thing.
Keep it going. Keep
You
going.
can either fight one fan per season, or you can load one in the chamber where you can fight a referee, umpire, or whatever
For your entire career.
for your entire career. You only get one.
Okay. I like
And I
that.
think that blown Galarraga call warranted him to just straight up bust that ref's ass.
But
Do y'all know who the umpire was?
I don't remember that.
Gil West.
Was it really?
Yes.
Oh my god! Yeah, just bust his ass and beat the shit out of him.
But kicker to that,
But once you
the
beat,
fight has to be shown on TV as well.
yeah. But once you fight that ref or umpire, you're done. You can't fight a fan.
That's fair.
You just
I'll
catch
take
it.
that. I'll take that 10 times out of 10.
Yeah.
But like oddly enough, I think I've talked about it on this pod before. Like as far as baseball memories goes, like I played high school. I didn't make it any farther than that, whatever. But my sophomore year, I played outfield for varsity, and I also played catcher for JV, and I was backup catcher for varsity, whatever. And one of our pitchers, coach let me call, although because I was a pretty good catcher, but not good enough for varsity. I didn't have I couldn't host people at second that good. My arm's never been that strong, whatever. But I was calling a game, right? And there's only 7 inning games. And the guy that was pitching, we got all the way down to the very last out. He had a perfect game going to the last out, and he wouldn't listen to me. I knew this team we were playing was trash. It wasn't like it was like some wild feat. Like, yeah, every out was pretty easy. But it got to the very last out, and I was like, dude, he started off 2-0. I went out to the mound. I was like, look, dude, throw it down the middle of the plate. Like, this kid is not going to hit this ball. So we get to 3-1. He ends up walking the guy. The next guy grounds out. He had a one walk. He had a no hitter, but he could have easily thrown a perfect game. And even in like JV level, high school is like, I mean, that's tough, you know?
Yeah.
But still, the very second to last player. But I mean, dude, I still remember watching that play, and it was like it was for like the 2010 Tigers. It was such an easy out call, and you got to think if you're an umpire, you're leaning toward out over safe. You would think, you know, it's the last out of a perfect game. You got to give that to the pitcher, you know. So that was my number 9. My number 8. I was a huge Mark McGwire fan back in the day. I mean, he was the people's champ. You know, him, Sammy Sosa, Griffey. I mean, everybody loves Griffey.
So hard for McGwire that year because I did not want a Cub to have that record.
Right? Yeah, like
I could not live with that.
So I loved Mark McGwire. That was 98.
Yeah.
So this is 1999, which the home run chase, oddly enough, I don't have in here somehow. I was paralysis.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Okay. But no, mine is actually 1999. Mark McGwire set the new single round record in home run derby. He hit 13 home runs in a single in the first inning, which I think the previous record was like 10 or 12. That was when they were still doing 10 outs. So he hit more than one home run per out. And you know, it was just, I remember watching at the time, and it was like, it seemed like some crazy number. But the funny thing was, the dude that ended up winning the whole home run derby only hit like 16. Mark McGwire only hit like 2 in the second round or some nonsense and lost to the guy.
That's nonsense.
Back when they used to have that weird bracket set up.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I just very distinctly remember McGwire hitting those 13 because it was the season after he broke the record. I didn't realize the only home run derby Mark McGwire won in 1992. Like, who even knew him back then? I mean, he's playing for the A's, right?
I didn't know him then. Then again, I was 3 years old.
Yeah, I was also 3. Okay. So that is that's my 10 on 8.
All right, so it goes to me.
Yep,
Yeah.
on you.
All right, so my 10 will roll into also y'all's trivia question. So my number 10 is the 1999 All-Star Game, which was started by Pedro Martinez.
All right.
Hosted by the Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park. He struck out 5 of the 6 batters the first 2 innings. Plowed through the National League's first 6 hitters. Who were the 5 players he struck out?
Okay, so I mean, McGwire would have to be 1.
1999, McGwire is 1.
Yeah, he would be probably he'd be cleanup, right? 3 or 4.
He batted 4 hole.
Okay. Sosa would have to be 1, I would think.
Sosa was 3 hole.
Okay, that makes sense.
Who's batting lead off, you think?
In 99, all I can think of is the power guys there back in those days, dude.
Was Chipper 1?
Nope.
Cincinnati
Red was a leadoff hitter. Shortstop.
Oh, Griffey. No.
Griffey wasn't with him in 99.
Shortstop.
Oh, he was with the Mariners, huh?
Yeah.
Shortstop of the Reds. Dude, I can't think of any. I mean, all I remember from those days was power hitters.
Barry Larkin.
Bagwell would have been.
Yeah, Barry Larkin. You just said.
Barry Larkin was the leadoff.
Larry Walker. I just said Larry Walker right in his ear.
2 hole was Larry Walker.
Nice.
Then Sosa. Then McGwire. And then Bagwell.
Oh, so it was back. Okay.
I forgot the Astros were NL at the time.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean, we got 4 out of 5. That's pretty solid.
Not bad. And shout out Larry Walker, one of the most underrated players.
We were 10 years old.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, my number 10 is the 1999 All-Star Game where Pedro Martinez struck out 5 of the first 6 hitters.
That is pretty solid.
And I had to go with the Red Sox. Y'all know that.
Of course, yeah. I got a
Yeah.
feeling this list is going to lean pretty heavy Red Sox.
Come on now.
I
Number
can't believe you're
9.
wearing a Blue Jays hat, though. I mean,
that's
AL
division
MVP
rival.
vote. Number 9. Sports Illustrated released an article in 2002 called "Totally Juiced," and it was written by Tom Verducci, and it exposed the steroid era. Kim Caminetti was in it, Curt Schilling, Rogers, the pitcher for the Rangers. It kind of tilted everything on its head and exposed a lot of the steroid era of baseball. In the
I just watched.
Yeah.
I just watched Screwball the other day. I mean, just totally coincidentally, before we even had the idea to do this
Didn't even think
list.
of that. That was a good one.
Well, I mean, we've shouted out many times. The Rat, freaking
Jose Canseco.
Yeah, Canseco.
Yeah, that's Rat Fink.
Yeah. There's a snippet from that article. Curt Schilling said that, during the games, he would, baseball players like to smack each other on the ass to give congratulations and this and that. A lot of players would tell him to stop hitting them on the ass because that's where the needles were going in.
Right. Yeah. It's a little sore.
Yeah, a little tender.
Yeah,
That's a tender area.
A little tender.
That was during Roger Clemens' time too, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But he ended up lasting. I mean, he pitched all the way into the teens, huh? Like 2012.
Clemens? Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When?
I mean, he pitched for the Astros with Pettit.
Right.
And then
Then he went back to the Yankees, right? To finish up?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I knew Clemens around a long time. That was early in his career.
Yeah, he was very much involved during that whole era. So that was number 9. Number 8, you mentioned it already before. McGwire Sosa, home run chase, 1998. McGwire finished with 70. Sosa finished with 66. They both broke Roger Maris's 61 home run record. McGwire did it before Sosa, and actually McGwire did it against the Cubs when he broke the record. So it was special.
Dude, that's like so 2 things about that. One, it blows my mind. Like, people forget that the next 2 seasons, Sosa again broke the Maris record again and again. Like, he had the 3-year stretch that I don't think anybody will ever beat. He had like 66, 68, and 64, something crazy like that.
Crazy. Yeah.
3 years in a row.
Yeah.
And still, we've talked about it on this podcast many times. I have a newspaper clipping of the home run race whenever I think it was the game that McGwire beat the record, because it's a picture of him and Sosa like dapping each other up.
Yeah.
I have that newspaper clipping in my parents' house somewhere. I cannot find it. I've been looking for it to hang up in the bag drop over here because we have all this random sports stuff. But dude, it like, I even try to like look it up to like order, but I mean, it was like a local magazine. Like, there's no way I'm gonna find that newspaper clipping again.
Yeah.
And the home run that he hit to break the record was like a laser. Like, it didn't get but 6 feet off the ground. Like, it barely got over, and then he almost jumps over first base and has to go back and touch first base.
Yeah, dude, that was like, I guess, I mean, I was playing like Little League baseball at the time and stuff. That was like the one I loved. I would do watching that home run that whole summer. Which, I mean, they have that what is it? ESPN 30 for 30. Something summer, the long summer, or whatever it is.
I forgot the title of it.
Yeah, it's one of the best 30 for 30. It's pretty solid. I mean, also, it's kind of like when you watch a movie was temporary suspension of disbelief. You have to ignore any, and steroids or cork bats, whatever. Throw that out.
Who cares?
It's
Dinger.
Exactly.
They're going yard. That's all I care
Just
about.
having good times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that was your 10-9-8?
10-9-8.
All right, my number 10. I got the Derek Jeter retirement tour. Because I put that on there because Derek Jeter growing up was one of those players you just felt like would play forever.
I feel like, which I know he didn't. I guess I get lost a little bit in the that was also during all that time of A-Rod being suspended and getting
Mhm.
busted and all that. So you kind of it loses a little bit of its luster because, like, for some reason, I feel like Jeter retired multiple times, but he only had one last run. But you saw A-Rod in and out so many times. Who knows what was going on?
Yeah.
You know?
And big
Right.
shout out to Derek Jeter. I mean, he got to bag Minka Kelly. His
Well,
his body count is unreal.
if you look up they do a baseball diamond of all of the starting players of the broads that he hooked up with. It's pretty solid.
yeah, the dude
That's
has
a hell of a lineup.
Dude has one of the best lineups of any athlete ever.
We
So big.
we discussed this in the text. We discussed this in the text message. Me and you. with
Yes, we did.
him
I
and
forgot about
Tiger
that.
Woods.
Oh,
Tiger has a good lineup, but man, that Jeter lineup.
oh no,
can't be beat.
Jeter's is the GOAT.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, number 10, Jeter retirement tour. Number 9.
Now, wait, I would like to see they put the players in the field. I would like to put them in see what the batting order would be.
Yes.
I've never seen it in the batting
break
order
like
format.
make a broad.
I mean,
batting
who's hitting
order.
cleanup? You know what I'm saying? Who's lead off? Who's going to get on base for sure? Who's clean up? Who's in the 8 hole that's like, this one kind of sucks, but they're still a banger. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I kind of want to do that as like a side
Yeah,
project.
yeah.
Let's post that in the Big League Take Facebook.
Yeah,
But-
well, when we post this list, I'll have to do 2 different pages anyway. I'll do ours, and then I'll do Dustin's, and then next to it, I'll do Jeter's lineup next to it. That will
Yeah,
1
like-
through 10.
Yeah, we'll have to discuss this. In
Nice.
chat. All right. So my number 9. This is very recent. I got Braves winning World Series. Like this is like the most.
All
recent.
right.
Them winning the World Series is one of the last World Series I feel like I was really invested in. Probably because we got like a bunch of homies that in our life that love the Braves,
Yes.
I guess.
and they're not the cheating Astros. Which brings me to my number 8.
Here we go.
Astros are a bunch of dirty ass cheats.
Dude, every team in baseball cheats.
But they're the ones that got busted for being a dirty ass cheat.
Okay, and I mean not to pile on, but the Red Sox also got punished during that scandal period, did they not?
Did they?
The coach did. Yes.
Well,
Okay.
no, but no. Also, I thought or it was the Yankees. There was somehow somebody called some shrapnel off of that whole.
Well, Yankees are about to get exposed for it too.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
The Red
There was
Sox
some-
lost their head coach, Alex Cora, because he was with the Astros on that staff, and they suspended him for a season.
Right, but I thought they also went back and found instances where, I mean, they weren't doing the trash can thing, but I thought they also found evidence of the whole spying situation going on over there too. Is
Yeah.
it not?
Did every team do it? Yes, but the Astros sucked at it. But they won a World Series, but they sucked at it because they got busted
Well,
banging trash cans.
so
Come on.
they made it just long enough to win the ship, and then they had such a bad commissioner that was like, yeah, whatever, keep the
we
piece of metal.
can't
who
do
cares?
anything about it. So just whatever. Like
Yep.
Rob Manfred
Exactly.
can like suck it. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was my 10-9-8. On you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I keep forgetting we're going counterclockwise. All right. So my number 7 spot, this is one that I always remember mostly because it's one of my favorite players of all time. He's a modern version of the guys that I used to watch growing up. My number 7 spot, I got Bryce Harper winning the home run derby in Washington
This dude.
in his home stadium, dude. It was the first time anybody had ever won it in their home stadium.
But it's not his home state. I mean, it's for the team he played for. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get what you're saying.
It
But
was the team he
dude's from
grew up in. He
Vegas.
played for Washington, huh?
he's from Vegas, though.
Yeah, that don't mean anything, dude.
Whatever.
He played his entire career at the Nationals. So, full disclosure, now, like basically, I'm more of a fan of players than I am teams, just because we don't have a team here. If
Right.
we had a team in Louisiana, that would be my team. But being that we don't, I'm mostly just a fan of players in general.
Yeah, you a wishy-washy little fuck.
Well, I mean,
Mm.
so the problem was then I was like, okay, Harper went to the Nats, so I'm a Nationals fan.
Okay,
The
now
very
you're
next season, I mean, not the Nats, dude, the Phillies. So now I'm a Phillies fan. The very next season, the Nationals win it with nobody on the team.
right.
Who even knows who played there?
Soto. That's the only player I can name. From
Juan
Yeah, it was a
Soto.
rookie or a second year at the time, and they won because they had ball and pitching. That was basically
Dude,
it.
they had a sick lineup.
But anyway, but no, I remember, and don't get me wrong, like that's kind of I really like. Which I mean, I just had McGuire with the old school home run derby. I like the 10 out format because there's no cheating the system. You get 10 off hits. That's it. Like now on a timer, you're supposed to let the ball you hit land before the next pitch can be thrown. But there's nobody regulating. The one that Harper won, his dad was just feeding him pitches nonstop at the end. He was just smashing them out and just quick, boom, 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 boom.
That's a moment right there. Just your dad tossing.
Exactly, dude. It's an awesome moment.
It is. I'll give you that. Now
So-
the dad was tossing him the balls,
And he had the luscious flow with the American flag bandana, and they were in Washington. Awesome moment in baseball.
Okay.
You know, chicks dig the long ball. It's the home run derby.
I'll
It's
give it
just
to you.
good
I'll give it
times.
to you. All right.
So that is my 7 spot. My number 6 spot. One thing again, turn to the blooper reels more than the highlight reels. The best meltdown in baseball history. I got Philip Wellman's meltdown where he crawls out to the mound. He throws the rosin bag like a grenade. He runs out and he pulls I think second base. He steals the base. He runs to the home. He covers dude went on the best rant in baseball history.
I forgot all about that.
Oh yeah, dude.
Solid pick.
Yeah, I mean, as far as entertainment value goes, you can ride on this clip for the end of time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves a good coach getting involved, losing his mind, getting kicked out. He's like, all right, if you're gonna kick me out, I'm gonna give you good reason to do so. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that was your 7-6.
Yeah.
All right, Dustin, you're
All right.
6.
All right, number 7. I got to give some love to the captain, to the Yankee, Derek Jeter, like you mentioned before. The flip is what it's called. Derek Jeter, the flip.
Oh yeah, from behind our home plate.
Yeah, he ran completely out of position. Shouldn't have even been there. Saw that the throw was offline. Runs across first baseline, grabs it, flips it, tags out Jeremy Giambi at home plate during the ALDS of 2001.
Yeah, that was an insane play.
And okay, was that the same? Was that the Moneyball season, or is that the year after?
That was the same
Year
season.
before.
2001.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. I just watched Moneyball the other day too. Coincidentally,
Great
movie. Hey,
Great,
you know,
phenomenal.
honorable mention movie moment in baseball. Whenever Moneyball came.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's solid. I don't remember that place.
Top 10
specifically.
sports movie moments.
I like that. Sports movie moments.
Yeah, not just sports movies, the moments in the movies.
We also got to do this one right here. Top 10 worst top 10 ideas.
Okay.
All right, so my number 6. Surprised it hasn't come up yet, but he was almost everybody's idol growing up. Cal Ripken Jr. Iron Horse breaks the record for most games played straight.
Oh, most games played.
2,131.
Hot take. That's not that impressive. You showed up to work. You didn't call in a sick day. Good job, Cal Ripken.
Okay, I mean, we've all missed days.
But
at
the only
work.
reason I like that is because the urban legend about that was that he actually missed that game because after he broke the record, he actually missed. Wait, how'd it go? Oh no, they
they rained the game out.
They cut the lights out because he was going to miss because Kevin Costner cucked him.
Oh right,
He slept with Cal Ripken's wife, and Cal Ripken didn't want to play, so they just cut the lights.
So it's easy to set up sleep with somebody's wife if you know there's 1,000% chance he's gonna be busy. This guy don't miss a game. You know what I'm saying? I know he's not gonna be home.
Hey, take care of your wife. Somebody will take care of her for you.
Absolutely outrageous for you to.
But imagine losing your wife to Kevin Costner.
Yeah. Showing
no,
up to work 2,131 days straight.
And that's game. I mean, yeah, that's longer. I mean, that's what, like 6, 7, 8. How many games do they play a year, dude? 180? I can't do the math.
Yeah.
But no, so I saw that, but same reason like I had Cy Young, all of his wins, and my honorable mention, just because like it's not exactly a moment. I mean, it is like each time is a moment.
It's a bunch of moments.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, no, I agree. That is. I mean, so do they? I'm assuming they keep a running tab, like just like in football they do. I know Eli was close to it. Who has the record in football?
It's got to be Rodgers
Nope.
for consecutive starts.
Consecutive starts.
For hold on,
It's got to be, what is it, Tom Brady? No.
nah.
Because I know Eli was getting close, and then they benched him to play, which we're off the rails. Now it's a whole different sport, but they benched him to play whoever the hell he was.
Nope, Brett Favre's number one.
Brett Favre. Okay. It was like 272, something like that.
297.
297. Okay.
Brett Favre.
321 starts total. Sheesh.
So in baseball, I mean, who would even be close now? Does Mike Trout ever miss a game?
Yes.
Yeah, he has. He missed last season.
I feel like these days, I don't have a clue who would be.
Because when he was out,
every single
Showtime picked up the slack.
Yeah, they
I mean,
shut him down last season.
nobody's ever going to get close to that record again. So that was your what?
That was 7-6 for me.
All right, my number 7. I got I just said sports movie moments, and here I am, number 7, sports movie moment. I got Benny Pickles the Beast.
Oh God.
That is a baseball movie. That is like your childhood. I mean, come on.
That's I mean, that's more of a stretch than Christmas tree cakes being.
I'm down on that. I don't care.
Holiday food.
It is a holiday food because you don't get it on holidays. It is a food you can only get on holidays. It is a holiday food, and it is a great holiday food.
This
it is
dude, Benny
God
the Jet.
here.
I mean, you do eat it. You do eat it. That's fair.
Yes.
I mean, I can't argue with that. And I guess Benny, he did run from the junkyard dog.
Yeah, and he got Babe Ruth's ball.
And he was playing baseball.
Yeah, he
Sure.
pickled the beast.
Sure.
One of my childhood defining moments in sports.
It's a moment in baseball.
It is.
Fair.
It is. All right.
By the letter of the law, not the spirit of the law, but sure.
Number 6, Dustin, you already mentioned it. I got steroids in baseball.
Love them, dude.
Dude,
Juice them up.
Juice the players up, juice the balls up, cork the bats. Let's see how far we can get a ball in orbit. I want to see that.
No, I agree. Like, so my whole thing is, which I mean, Dustin, you were already hating earlier about my theory that they should restructure to where there's an offense and a defense.
Fucking terrible.
What do you mean terrible, dude? Everybody wants to see people hit.
Terrible.
So,
I mean, I get what Jake's saying. I get both sides of the argument. I want to see it. I would love to see it.
it's the only sport.
Try it out in like one of those college summer leagues.
It's the only sport that changes like field position without changing their team. Football, you go offense, defense. One goes one way, one goes the other. Like soccer's on the field nonstop, so you have to play both ways. Basketball is on the court nonstop, so you have to play both ways. Baseball, you change the entire team out. You stop between in the middle of the inning.
I ain't gonna lie, I would love to see football.
You literally put a defense on the field. You don't put an offense in the lineup.
You also have professionals who all can fucking hit.
Nah, they can't, dude. No, there's a lot of 212 hitters in there. And nobody wants to see them hit. No, everybody wants to see 300 batters hit.
You want all 300 hitters.
I mean,
everybody would love that, dude.
I would love that. I'm not gonna lie. That'd be some must-see TV.
Like any other sport that you change the entire team out, you have an offense and a defense.
Who is, speaking of, like batting average wise, what is the greatest hitting team of all time? There's got to be a team where.
Well, it had to be that A's team, right? Where all they were worried about was on base percentage.
Probably.
But I mean, that would be on base. That wouldn't necessarily be batting average. Actually, Murderers Row might have been the best batting average team of all time.
Probably has.
But I mean, that was also in what, the 30s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like modern era.
If you're gonna let the hitters juice and try and make the ball fly, you gotta bring spider tack in with pitchers for spin rate.
That and put them back on methamphetamines like in the 70s.
Well, no, we don't need meth involved, but we also.
I'm just saying, like they were tooted up in the 70s, like throwing absolute.
Oh, they were. Okay. They were. Yes, they were on LSD. They were rolling. They were.
So another point toward my take. If you didn't have people that were playing the field that were only on the team because they could hit good, you'd have great fielders because they're only devoted toward defense. Then hey, put them out there. You got great defenders, great hitters, mano a mano.
Like the only
event. Look. It might be 50 years from now, but there will be like they already made one small move toward it when they just now approved DH across the league.
Yeah.
That's one small movement in the right direction.
You may be onto something there, but maybe they implemented like extra inning rules. You go past the 12th inning, we're gonna just stack the lineup. We got all hitters.
I love that, dude.
Okay. Hey.
Or implement home run derby in extra innings.
Hey, I'm on board with that too.
Because there's no damn reason why extra innings should go to inning 17. Fuck that.
But also, don't get me wrong, you get a memorable moment whenever you're at a game until 4 a.m. It's like, I stayed there all the way to the end.
Congratulations, dude.
Yeah.
I love a good pitching pool, dude. Yeah, exactly. Wait, so what was that?
That was my 7-6.
Oh, dude, top fives. Here we go. My number 5 spot, I got an all-time classic. 1974, I got a Hank Aaron 715th home run to break Babe Ruth's record. It's just had to have it. It's got to be top 5. Hank Aaron, dude, Hammer and Hank, beloved by all, unless you're racist. But that's on you. You gotta love Hank Aaron, dude. And still a lot of, you'll even hear like Dan Patrick and any of them, like, and I understand like a lot of people don't really honor dude, I'm drawing a wild blank right now, dude. We're talking baseball. Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds.
Anyway, like a lot of people don't really respect Barry Bonds' record, which is understandable. He was probably the most his timeline was, as far as the steroid era, like McGwire, Sosa, all them were more toward the end of their career in the peak of the steroid era. Like Bonds kind of flourished through it.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that he would gain the most advantage by having the steroids for the longest period of time, And anybody could look at him and see he went from like being 180 pounds, still smashing the ball. Don't get me wrong. Dude was talented as hell. Mm-hmm. He was an all-star.
Oh, he was all straight up gangster on the
He was an animal, but then he packed on about 80 pounds of just meat.
And most of it went to his head.
Yes, huge head. Dead giveaway. You got some growth hormone situation going on if your head grows.
So your pick is Barry Bonds for what number?
No, I don't have Barry Bonds.
No, I thought you were picking Barry Bonds as like a number.
No, I have Hank Aaron beating Babe Ruth's record. A lot of people don't recognize Barry Bonds for overtaking Hank Aaron's record. But
Fun fact: Hank Aaron is Hank Aaron is Barry Bonds' godfather, I think.
What?
No. I think so.
Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he supported the juice, dog. Hey, do what you got to do. I don't know.
I would have. Shit, son.
So that was my 5 spot. My number 4 spot, Dustin, you're gonna love this one, dude. It's an all-timer. I got 2004. The Red Sox came back from 0-3 to beat the Yankees in the ALCS.
But that bloody soccer bullshit.
We're
gonna get back to it. All right. Of course we are. I almost took it out of my list for the sake of like knowing that you're gonna have it, but
yeah.
All right.
All right. So
you're number 5,
Dustin. Your 5 spot. Yeah.
My number 5, just because I felt like it had to be there, just because it was so monumental in baseball. It was the Cubs winning the World Series in 2016 and breaking their curses.
Again, they overcame shitty ownership. That's not a great moment. That's like the Browns winning the Super Bowl. I'm not going to celebrate the Browns winning the Super Bowl because they're a shit franchise. And plus, I hate the Cubs more than anything. So I'm not giving them credit for jack shit.
So like
that team was stacked.
Yeah, now they suck again. So all's right in the world.
Rizzo was on there, right?
Yeah.
Rizzo.
Shout out to the Eskimo bro.
Wait, hold on. You can't just casually drop that in there. You're an Eskimo bro with Anthony Rizzo?
It's about a 92% chance. All right. I don't know for fact, but I know for pretty sure.
Was it before? Wait, who's batting?
This was whenever he was on his Rookie of the Year campaign. You know
so were you
early in?
So were you batting cleanup or is he batting cleanup?
Nah, I was in there. I was first.
All right.
Only a few people are going to understand that reference, and we're not going to get into what the reference is. But anyway.
All right.
Yeah, but the Cubs though. I don't know. They kind of I never really liked the Cubs that much. They are like so. Again, that's one of those things from around here where like growing up, since we personally didn't have a team, like not even within I don't know 4 hours. I guess Houston's the closest, and then I guess the Braves.
Atlanta,
Or I guess the Texas Rangers, whatever,
Yeah.
kind of
Who
whatever.
cares?
Arlington.
But so everybody either jumped on. So I was more of a Cardinals fan because I was a huge Mark McGwire fan. Or you went Cubs, Yankees, Braves, Astros. That was basically your only
White
option.
Sox because that was
No,
our
dude, nobody
White
watched.
Sox
You're
was
the
the-
only one that watched the White Sox.
Oh,
bro.
WGN, that was our market team.
WGN, yeah.
I don't know how. I don't remember that at all. And I
They
watched
showed
baseball.
White Sox,
all
Cubs, and Chicago Bulls.
okay. I guess I didn't watch that station.
That's why there's a lot of Chicago Bull fans around here.
Well, I ain't because Jordan when we were kids. But I mean, I don't know. I just never really cared that much about the Cubs.
I really don't give a fuck about the Cubs.
I also have a small part of the Cubs. I loved Ryan Sandberg growing up. I played second base when I played baseball. I wore number 23 for Ryan Sandberg. He was a Cub, so I had to give the Cubs a little bit of love.
That's fair. I mean, what it was 103 years they went without it.
Yes, it was something crazy like that. And then you're gonna love even more. D's my number 4 pick.
All right.
And Jake mentioned it earlier. It's Steve Bartman.
Okay.
That was that 2003 Game 6 NLCS against the Marlins championship series. He reaches over Moises Alou trying to catch that foul ball, would have been an out. And the rest is history. They waited from 2003 all the way to 2016 to win it.
So I had that my dishonorable mention just because it was such a ugly image on baseball because like there's two sides. There's the sportsman side that's like, hey, you don't get in the way of a play. We got a game going on. Like this is like it's the world's, it's like serious business. But on the human side, it's like this guy like
he had to he had to get another life
here.
Yeah, he had to disappear. Like one of America's largest cities wanted him dead, except Southside.
And it's like, and that's all because of a sport, a game.
He'd been safe on the Southside.
It's you can see both. It depends, you have to be able to see both sides of that. But at the same time, like the dude shouldn't have had to like lose his life because he overreached for a souvenir. But I mean, that's why I was my dishonorable. But again, it for sure could be in the list because it is a top moment. Like everybody knows that moment.
And he was like the ultimate Cubs nerd too.
Right. I mean,
like he had
the team that he loved the most.
Like he was there. Yeah. He had like the Walkman on like the radio, so he was commentating. Like that's super nerd shit right there. You're at the baseball game, but you still want to listen to the commentary.
And I mean,
dude was about that Cubs life.
And if you're that ultimate fan, there's nothing like you want more than a ball from that game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like
possibly your year.
Right. So it's just like, it's an unbelievable moment. Like whichever side you look at it on, it just, just an unfortunate circumstance afterwards.
I wonder if he's still a Cubs fan after all that shit.
He hasn't done an interview. Cause I know when I was listening to, cause Dan Patrick talks about it all the time. I don't know that he's ever done any sort of media talk since like right after that happened.
Yeah.
Since he started getting all the death threats.
I know they blew up the baseball. Yeah, they like exploded. They like string went everywhere. It was pretty cool. You gotta watch it. I was like watching shit explode.
I hear you. Yeah.
So I was all about that. So that was
that was 5-4.
All right, my number 5. I got good professional sports athletes making the crossover. I got Primetime, Deion Sanders, and Michael Jordan.
I mean, Jordan.
I mean, he still made the cross. Like he played
not to the pros.
I mean, he was a legit professional athlete crossing over from his sport to baseball.
Technically, AAA is pro, I guess.
Yeah. And then you got Deion Sanders crossing.
Well, Deion played 2 professional games same day, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I left Bo Jackson out for a reason because he was not a good professional football player.
Wait, well, he was the only one that made the All-Star team in both, right?
Okay. He did not deserve to make Pro Bowl and NFL because he never rushed for over 1,000 yards.
But he's a freak, dude.
Okay, he got in there from the Bo Knows campaign.
I mean, the dude's a freak, bro.
No, bullshit. He is a product of good marketing for his football.
Hey,
he was great at Auburn.
Call him a scam if you want, dude. Shout out to last episode.
Top 10 scams. But the Bo Knows campaign was bullshit.
Whatever, dude.
He great at Auburn, and he goes plays baseball, and he plays for the Raiders, and he sucks with the Raiders. I mean, it is what it is. Let's call it what it is.
You can call it what you want.
Yeah. I am. I'm a truther. So the only good professional athletes that made the crossover are Deion Sanders and Michael Jordan.
Wait.
Michael Jordan's pro baseball career. I mean,
he's trash.
I mean, he played with a legit professional athlete making a crossover.
You know what? A direct relation, Michael Jordan in pro baseball equals Tim Tebow in pro baseball.
I'll throw Tim Tebow on that list.
Oh, okay.
I won't throw Bo Jackson. There we go.
Hey,
at least Tim Tebow won a playoff game.
Okay, I mean, you're in football, sure, yeah. I mean, that cross route and OT, sure.
Yeah.
Threw it to the most wide open guy in playoff overtime history. It counts. I mean, I hate Tebow.
Well, look, just so that people know that are listening, y'all always hear Dan trash on my picks. He is saying Michael Jordan is greater than Bo Jackson.
Yes.
Okay, fair, dude. That's on you.
He is. And I hate
baseball. We're talking baseball, not basketball.
I'm just talking about athlete overall.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey.
And I hate Michael Jordan. So
sure. If you want to go.
All right. So my number 4. You already touched on it. I got Barry Bonds.
Okay.
Yeah, just watching him. Like I said, I don't care about steroids.
So
hit that ball in the orbit.
So
it was even especially cool because he played in San Francisco where you see the ball just fly into the water.
Yeah. So this is where my list gets hypocritical because I only care about entertainment value, and on that level, juice everybody up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a good time. I want to see bombs. I want to just wild plays, you know. But at the same time, through the history of baseball, I don't respect Bonds' record really because everybody knows he's on steroids.
Okay, but in the same breath, though, how can you say everybody was cheating and sign stealing, but everybody could have cheated with steroids?
No. Sign stealing is totally different.
How?
Because you still have to be able to hit the ball. You can't hit it if you can't hit it.
Same with steroids. Steroids doesn't increase your chances of contact.
Bat speed.
Okay.
Bat speed is 80% of being able to hit
power, but
you have to be able to judge where the ball's coming in.
But you got time coordination.
Right, but you have to be able to get the bat there at the right time.
Okay. You gotta know where the ball is at.
I could tell you where the ball went through if I couldn't get the bat to it.
So we can go to Anytime Fitness right now, find the most juice head motherfucker we can find. And you saying he can hit dingers right now?
No, that's totally different.
How? How's that different?
Because Bonds played his entire life playing baseball. He knows how to hit the ball.
Come on.
I'm just saying, if you see a 98 mile an hour fastball, you have to be able to get the bat there quick enough to hit it out over the fence.
Yeah. Fun fact, speaking of fastball, let's move on to the curveball. Did you know the curveball at first was considered cheating because it was considered dishonest?
What?
Yeah, I was looking up baseball trivia. And
was it like 1872?
Something like that. Bunch of nerds. Imagine them seeing a knuckleball for the first time.
Mind blown. Mind blown.
What were their little pea heads?
That was your 5-4?
That was my 5-4.
All right, to the 3 spot. My 3 and 2, we're going way back. We're going deep in the depths. But being that things are so rare, I had to put it in there. 1956 World Series. Any bells ringing? Anybody? New York Yankees over the Brooklyn Dodgers. I got Don Larson's perfect game. Perfect game in the World Series. There's only been, I think, 26 all time. And they ended up winning the series. I think the next game, I don't know, but still, a perfect game in the World Series is an all-time moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the closest I ever got to watching a perfect game was the one where the last out was a bad call on first that we went over earlier.
Mhm.
I've watched plenty of no hitters. I've watched combined no hitters. But a perfect game is like, I mean, clearly baseball's been around for probably like 150 years at this point,
Yeah, since 1860.
and less than 30 perfect games. And
Five.
I mean, if you add together every team's games all season, that's, I mean, thousands of games. Each team plays 162. There's 30 teams?
Yep.
But half of those are played against one another. I can't do the math right off the top of my head, but I'm saying a perfect game is unbelievable, much less to throw one in the World Series.
Especially with the pressure of the moment.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And don't get me wrong, back then pitchers were built different. Like they pitched perfect games for the most part. But still, a perfect game is just ridiculous. Oh, dude, that just I can't remember. This is gonna bother me now because I can't. Did I tag? I either tagged one or both of y'all. It was an immaculate inning. Oh, did I not tag either one of y'all an immaculate inning recently?
Well, it was 9 pitches, 3 outs.
No, this dude threw. I think he threw 3 pitches. So an immaculate inning is strikeout, 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 9 pitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this was like he threw. Oh no, that's right. Some pitcher finished a complete game in like 61 pitches or something unbelievable. Did I not tag either one of y'all in that recently?
Not me.
Didn't get it.
I don't remember who I tagged in it. Now I'm gonna have to figure that out. Hindsight, that's a moment, but nobody remembers that one, obviously. But no, Don Larsen's perfect game in the 1956 World Series. I mean, just is what it is. Perfect game.
Okay. I like that one.
Yeah. I like that one too.
So, Dustin, your 3
right.
spot.
3 spot. 2001 World Series. Mariano Rivera on the mound. Luis Gonzalez walk-off hit. Everybody knew the cutter was coming. Everybody knew he was throwing it. Yeah, I think he hit it like off of his knuckles. It went over the infield for a hit. Walk-off win for the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yep.
Okay, wait. So that was Randy Johnson era, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It had to be. Okay.
That was Randy Johnson
was-
and Kurt Schilling.
And Kurt Schilling, yep.
That's
Yeah,
when the
it was-
Diamondbacks had like one of the best uniforms in all of baseball.
No, dude, that
Dude,
uniform was
purple-
trash.
No.
The gray with the purple pinstripes.
Yeah, that's horrible, dude.
Dude, I love the teal, the purple. Now it's garbage, red and black.
I mean, you're wearing a red and black. Look, you're the biggest hypocrite of all time, dude.
I'm fine with being a hypocrite. As long as the hypocrite is me, I am fine with it.
Jersey, dude.
This is Navy, by the way.
No, there is no way, dude.
That is Navy.
It's the darkest navy I've ever seen in my life.
Shine a
bro.
light on it. That is Navy.
No, this is navy.
Hold on. Let me shine a light. That is Navy, sir.
Oh, look, dude. Look,
Oh.
hey, the people. Look,
And that is awesome.
How is that black?
look.
That is the worst black. That is Navy.
Hey,
Look, you can even see. Look at the laptop. That is Navy.
it's too bad that the people are mostly likely are only going to be listening. And me and Dustin, we agree, dude.
Y'all have every right to be
You're
wrong here. Y'all colorblind.
dude. Oh man, that couldn't have worked out any better right there. That was your third. Wait, whose pick was that?
That was his.
That was my third.
That was your okay.
All right, my number 3. You did World Series. You did World Series. It's my World Series moment. All right, I've got Joe Carter walk-off home run in the '93 World Series. Shout out Toronto Blue Jays over the Philadelphia Phillies in '93. Joe Carter.
I don't remember that at all.
What?
That's because it happened in '93.
I mean, I was 14. That was right
You were
when I was
14 in
watching
1993.
Oh, 93. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Dude.
93.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was 4 years old. Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah. Only reason I know is because of the movie Big Daddy.
Okay.
I mean, he mentioned it, so I went back and looked it up, and I was like, "That's pretty sick." Like
Yeah.
he did it. It was Game 6 World Series. Joe Carter just whoop.
Was that walk off the game that ended the World Series?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
That
Always
was
a good
yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
It's just
It's a baller move to walk off a World Series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just bop by bitch. That's it.
I'll give you that.
So that's my number 3.
Okay. My number 2 spot. We're going back to the annals of history again. 5th inning, game 3, 1932 World Series. Game was tied 4-4. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Wait, say it again.
Everybody's gonna know what I'm talking about. Nobody knows when it happened. So long ago, we weren't there.
Wait, talk about it again.
All right, 5th inning, game 3, 1932 World Series.
Oh, Babe calls a shot.
Babe calls a shot.
Come on.
Yep. He ends up watching 2 strikes go by.
Fun fact: there's no proof that ever happened.
No, so there is proof per se. Nobody knows if he was calling a shot, if he was pointing toward the guys in the dugout, but he did jack a home run.
It's a good legend, though.
And they end up winning the game 7-5, and then they end up sweeping the Cubs.
I'm down with that.
And the game was tied at the time. He was 2 strikes down, still called a shot. He hit it like 440 feet or 460, mashed it.
Mm-hmm.
Babe calls a shot. Everybody, I mean, also made famous by what you referenced earlier, movie The Sandlot. It's just an all-time moment, you know?
Yeah.
You got to let the legend live on. People that say he wasn't actually calling a shot, whatever, you know?
I choose to believe.
I choose to believe as well, you know?
Because what does it hurt if it's actually true?
Right.
You say if it's proven false, then guess what? You ruin a moment.
I mean, but no, there's also enough proof to show that he could have been calling it.
Okay. Down.
So that's my number 2.
Your number 2.
There's also another rumor about Babe Ruth that he had his first wife killed. So we'll just go with that.
Well, I mean, that's a wild curveball. Speaking of baseball, I mean, that's a curveball.
I mean,
right there, dude.
Both instances, he's calling the shot.
Calling the shot, baby. Was his wife killed?
His
Yeah, his first wife did die.
died in a
Called
fire.
shot, dude.
It happens. Hate to see
Yep.
it, but
Yep. All right, so my
30s
number
was
2.
a wild,
Yeah, you're number 2.
yeah, 30s was a wild west of spousal
After
abuse.
unleashing that curveball on us.
All right, number 2. It's got to be there. We mentioned it earlier. 2004 ALCS.
The comeback.
Boston Red Sox. Dave Roberts, stolen base. Everybody in the stadium knew he was stealing. Yankees still couldn't throw him out. Red Sox come back down 0-3, go on to win that series, and then just go on to absolutely demolish the Cardinals.
What?
In that World Series right there.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I was wondering what that was.
And that series is infamous, but like it would have been even that much more had it happened in the World Series. But like people like forget about divisional and conference series and stuff like that. Like you always see the stats of like, oh, no team has ever come back 3-0 in a championships, like the like, you know, the final series of anything. I think the Cavs came back 3-1, but nobody's ever came back from 3-0 in a championship series.
Until the Red Sox.
Well, I mean, that was in their.
He's talking about the World Series. Yeah,
Right.
Final.
It wasn't the World Series.
That's true.
Right. But yeah, had it happened in the World Series, that would be like, I mean, like, and everybody knows about that comeback. But like, had it happened in the World Series, it would be like, obviously, this is the greatest series of all time in any sport ever. You know.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, nonetheless, I mean, and it'd be against the Yankees, like, it makes it that much better.
Yeah, because Yankees are like the most hated franchise, probably next to the Cowboys.
And then that World Series with the Cardinals, that's the bloody sock game with Kurt Schilling.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He pitched game 2. Yeah.
All right. So my number 2, y'all already touched on it. I got Sosa versus McGuire.
Okay. How I let myself get lost in paralysis by analysis. That's like one of my favorite things in baseball history was the home run
Yeah, it's
chase.
considered like that was the summer that quote unquote saved baseball for a time being.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because that was like probably the last time where it was considered you can't miss TV.
Yeah.
Like you got to watch either McGuire or Sosa. And when that game happened, everybody I knew watched that game. Even people who don't know jack shit about baseball watched that game.
Yeah, well, and because it was the only time I could ever remember that sport overtook all media. Like every news station, any home run that was hit, it was like it didn't matter what was going on in the news, like it was going to that. You know, like
and baseball just had the players strike in '94, and so baseball was down, and they needed that '98 season.
Right. And I mean, it was if you were a fan of sport in general, you couldn't not love it. Like, I mean, it was the long ball was
It's
killing.
home runs, dude.
When you got that many, because I mean, even still earlier in the season, Griffey was involved. Like Griffey hung in there until like the 30s or 40s or whatever, and then like Sosa and McGuire just took off with it.
yeah, but Griffey did a clean.
But yeah, ESPN 30 for 30, long gone summer.
Long gone.
That's what I was. And it is a bang. I mean, don't get me wrong. Ignore what Sammy Sosa looks like. He's going through some things, you know. He's doing his own thing.
Dude looks like he's been digested.
He's transforming, and
It happens, man.
you know, is what it is. That was your two.
He doesn't know what color he is, just like Dee's shirt. He don't know what color.
Yeah,
My shirt is-
exactly.
That is
Facts.
navy.
Facts. Yeah.
Navy.
Agreed. My number one spot. I'm gonna go back to my point of prefacing that baseball is about, you know, sport is about entertainment. My number one, as soon as we say we're making this list, and there's no way any of us have the same number one,
There's a slight possibility. I'm surprised mine hasn't been mentioned yet.
and none of ours has. If somehow we all have, which I know you're too much of a purist, Dustin. There's no way you have it as your number one. Think of the most entertaining moment in baseball history.
Most entertaining moment
Yeah.
in baseball history.
Don't say Randy Johnson killing the bird.
Absolutely. Number one, Randy Johnson smoking that pigeon with like 103 mile an hour fastball, dude. That bird evaporated, bro. Greatest moment in baseball history.
How did I call that?
I don't know.
Obvious, because it's an easy number one. That's how you figured it out. That's exact.
I mean,
Nobody.
I love that moment. That's a great moment.
You've never seen a bird hit an airplane and disappear so fast.
I've seen birds hit car windshields and not disappear.
No, he squared the body of that bird up with the ball. I mean, it's full mass. Like I can't even. There's no analogy for how this scientific anomaly happened in front of our eyes. Just the purest fastball you've ever seen off the. I mean, everybody loves first off, just watching Randy Johnson throw a ball. Number one.
Yeah,
okay?
that was awesome. He's
Two,
like one of the most entertaining pitchers ever.
Two, everybody hates pigeons. Three, the odds. Unbelievable.
I mean, just imagine being a bird. You mind your own business. You're flying automatic.
That
Boom, bird heaven.
bird heaven immediately.
I mean,
no
come
pain
on.
felt.
Like it was just a funny sight. He just throws the ball, all of a sudden feathers. It's like, what the fuck just happened?
Unbelievable. Yes. And you guessed it because it's an obvious, easy number one. That I'll give you that. You're a smart man.
Okay, I'll give you credit. That is the most entertaining thing that's happened in baseball.
That's all, you know, that's all I got.
All right.
So that's my number one.
All right, Dustin, your number one.
So my number one, yes, being a purist, I have to put it in there because it changed baseball. The moment I guess it happened, but Jackie Robinson playing his first game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Color barrier by traveling
April
faster
15th.
than the speed of color.
Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, absolutely.
1947 Brooklyn Dodgers.
Obvious number one for the purists out there, going all-time moments.
Well, I mean, you got to think sports in general. Like when we first started the episode, how I'll talk about how like my value in professional sport is only entertainment, but it does carry, especially like during those times, more than anything these days. Well, I mean, they use it these days to make statements, whatever. But back then, it was like that was real oppression they were overcoming. Like,
yeah.
Like now, yeah, they nitpick through social issues, and that's fine. Bad things happen. They try to make them noticeable and all that stuff. That's good. But like back then, overcoming like life-threatening,
Yes,
like treated totally different, like overcoming those things to like make people like that was like getting out in front of people, like just seeing them play the sport you watch made a difference. You know, like, so, I mean, that was definitely a huge thing, no doubt.
Yeah.
and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, he might be the only player that has his number retired across the entire league. I think
so.
Football, I don't think basketball has a player. I don't think hockey, but he's number 42. Nobody wears it. Mariano Rivera Mariano Rivera was the very last one to wear it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the one I can think of.
Yeah, not even soccer. Like even different soccer leagues around the world, nobody has a universally retired number. I know there was a call in NBA a while back for having Bill Russell have his number 6 retired across the league, but it went nowhere.
Oh yeah, but I mean that one for obvious reasons. I mean,
yeah.
Not only was he like not necessarily a martyr, but like he was great. Also,
Mhm.
like it'd be different if like he like that was the push and then like he flopped, but like he lived up to it. Like that's some serious pressure.
You go in with pressure
I mean,
and
like-
hype behind you, and you smash those
produce.
expectations.
Yeah.
All right, so that was your number 1. My number 1, I got Mike Piazza's home run after 9/11.
Okay.
11. Yeah.
Yeah, that was I actually watched that game after it happened all the way through because everything else was 9/11 coverage. I'm like, all right, baseball's almost when we watch this. And at the beginning of the game, everybody's wearing like New York PD or NYFD hats.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, boy, Mike Piazza just jacks it for the Mets. And that was just like gave me goosebumps. I was like, oh, yeah, like, I didn't give a shit about either team playing. And just Mike Piazza just drilled it. I'm like, let's fucking go.
Right.
And I started chanting USA across the house, like, fuck you, terrorists, and shit like that.
That's like the whole line from Moneyball. Like it's hard not to romanticize baseball. Like there's just moments throughout the game that just naturally happens, and it's hard not to like attach that to something significant. You know?
Yeah, can't. Yeah, baseball is the easiest sport to romanticize.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, in our number 1s, we got guys killing birds. We got racial lines being crossed. We got we got the unity amongst the nation.
And you went with bird blowing up.
It's all hand in hand. All number 1s, obvious.
My guys over here, birds dying. Like we got breaking racial barriers. I got nation coming in. I got bird getting fucked up.
Yeah, dude, by the lefty, dude. I mean, come on.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. So wait, what rundowns, huh? First off, real quick, don't forget to go check out the Kelly Gibson Foundation and Boot Crew Media. Go subscribe. The only way you can see all of our beautiful faces on their YouTube, which brings us to the giveaways. 3 giveaways, 3 rules. 1, your answer has to be given on Boot Crew Media's YouTube on one of our videos, so we see it.
Right.
2, you have to name exactly what the things are. There's one thing in the studio
that we've mentioned
in most episodes. You have to name exactly what it is. That's a $100 giveaway. 2, there's 5 Hammond hats. They're written on this board that you can't see right over here. That would be cheat. I'm wearing one right now. That's another $100 giveaway. The third one's $50. You just have to say, look, I'm even pointing at it. You can go watch the video. You have to say what this is or what it's from. Pretty easy if you know what it's from. Pretty hard, almost impossible if you don't know what it's from.
Yeah.
There. And the third rule, you only get 1 guess at each of those things. So, that's the guidelines. Don't forget to hit the 5 stars, subscribe, all things Boot Crew Media and all things The Perfect 10. We gotta re-up on the socials.
Yeah.
We got the Instagram popping.
Yeah.
The Facebook hasn't been connected since like episode 40 something, dude. I have no idea. We're really slacking on that.
It's just hard doing. Like we need to get a social media. We
really do.
Get like a little white girl who's proficient in social media.
Yeah, they're good at it.
Pay them $10 a week.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Starbucks a couple times. Yeah. All right. So rundown. All right. So my number 10 spot, I got 1991 Riding McRae runs through the wall. My number 9, 2010 Armando Galarraga loses his perfect game in the last out. 8 spot, 1999 Mark McGwire sets new single round record in home run derby. 7, Bryce Harper winning the home run derby in his home stadium. 6, Philip Wellman's meltdown, the coach. Y'all know that one. 5 spot, Hank Aaron's 715th home run. 4, the Red Sox come back from 03. 3, Don Larson's perfect game in the 56 World Series. 2, Babe Ruth calls a shot. Number 1, Randy Johnson obliterating a bird. That's it. Easy number one.
All right, Dustin, you're 10 through 1.
All right, rundown. 1999 All-Star Game, Pedro Martinez. Number 9, Sports Illustrated Totally Juice article released. Number 8, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa home run chase. 7, the Jeter flip against Oakland. 6, Cal Ripken Jr. Games played consecutively, record broken. Number 5, Cubs win the World Series in 2016. 4, Steve Bartman, 2003 with the foul ball. Number 3, Luis Gonzalez walk-off, 2001 World Series against the Yankees. Number 2, of course, Dave Roberts stolen base, Boston Red Sox, 2004 ALCS against the Yankees. And number 1, Jackie Robinson, Brooklyn Dodgers, making his debut.
Nice.
All right, my number 10. I got the Jeter retirement tour. 9, Braves winning World Series. 8, Astros are dirty cheats. 7, Benny Pickles the Beast. 6, Roids in baseball. 5, I got Prime Time and MJ crossing over. 4, I got Barry Bonds. 3, Joe Carter walk-off home run. 2, Sosa versus McGwire. And my number 1, I got the Mike Piazza home run after 9/11.
Pretty solid.
Yep.
Have we decided what we're doing next week?
Nope.
Oh, wait. Are we doing sci-fi movies?
Oh, yeah. Sci-fi movies of the 21st century.
And we might also be doing top 10 things you don't ask your girlfriend.
Correct.
We still got to line up that's in the works, but we got to confirm.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, Dustin, thanks for coming on, dog.
Yeah, thank you so
It was
much.
a good time.
Go visit
Thank
Big
y'all for
League
having me.
Facebook.
We got to get you in studio, dog.
Yeah.
Yes,
Come up with another list you want to do.
I'll make a trip to Hammond.
All right.
All
So,
right. Awesome.
all right. So, yeah, we will see y'all Monday.
Monday. Yeah, Monday.
Yeah.
Cool.
And till then.
Till then. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.